It's tea time. Cheers. I'm Patricia Moore and I come out here week to spill my tea. It is not gossip, as you know. It is my transparency as I'm learning, growing, and most importantly, building a relationship with Christ. It is me sharing the good news. It is me trying to share with you what I learned so that you will try to go get to know Christ for yourself. I want you to build your own relationship. Not something you heard, not taking my word for it, but to go experience it. Find out for yourself. What we talking about this week? All right, let's talk about the connection. It's crazy because we read so much stuff on social media, and I saw this very interesting quote that talked about, mother and children, the mother and children dynamic, how what happens to the mother directly affects the children because there's a connection. So can we start with the science of it? Because I looked it up. Science has claimed that babies feel their mother's emotions in the womb. It starts in the womb, as we know. God created us, and it starts in the womb. The emotional connection between the baby and the mother is so intense that everything she feels comes directly to the fetus. Moving on, it says, when you are pregnant, your baby is exposed to everything. When I say everything, because that little baby is in the inside of you. So right there's an interconnection that is formed. This includes the sounds in the environment, the air the mother breathes, the food she eats, the emotions. I can't stress that enough. The emotions she feels. When the mother is happy and calm, it allows the baby to develop in a happy, calm environment. Science has claimed that the babies feel that connection, but it also carries over after the child is born. It does not stop once the baby is born. It goes on to say the mother-child relationship is one of the most important and influential relationships in a child's life. It is the first relationship that a child experiences and plays a significant role in shaping the child's emotional, social, and cognitive development. From the moment a child is born, the relationship between mother and child begins to develop. The early experiences that a child has with their mother can shape their attachment style, emotional development, and cognitive development. Keep following me because I want you to pay attention to something. A healthy mother-child relationship is characterized by love, warmth, empathy, and emotional bonding. Children thrive when they have a secure and positive relationship with their mother. So if the mother is happy, the children are happy. If the mother isn't happy, the children feel it because it was natural. It came from the mother. They don't disconnect once the child is born. If the mother is stressed, the child can feel the stress. If the mother is not feeling well, the child can sense it. They sense everything just because of how God divinely created us to start in the womb with that emotional connection. As the main presence in a child's life at this point, a mother's relationship with the child again is crucial. A mother plays multiple roles in a child's development as she is a teacher in every aspect of the child's developmental growth: social, emotional, physical, cognitive, and independence. One scripture: for you created me in my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. Psalms 139:13. Now let's skip to the part, because this is what I want you to understand. Just like a mother and child have an emotional connection, do you know God being our Father, He has that same emotional connection with us? Because He created us. Because He said, I'll make man in my image, in my likeness. He also has that same connection. So what I want to do for you is I want to go back and read this again, and I'm going to add in God. And I want you to follow me, and I really want you to let this sit in your heart and understand the type of father-parent relationship that we have. The the God relationship is one of the most important and influential relationships in a child's life. It is the first relationship that a child experiences, and plays a significant role in shaping our emotional, social, and cognitive development. From the moment a child is born, the relationship between child and God begins to develop. The early experiences that a child has with God can shape who they are emotionally, developmentally, cognitively. A healthy relationship is characterized by love, warmth, empathy, and bonding. Children thrive when they have a secure, positive relationship with God. As the main presence in a child's life at this point, the God relationship with a child is crucial. God plays multiple roles in a child's development as teacher in every aspect of the child's growth, social, emotional, physical, cognitive, and independence. How dope is that? You go back and you think about, if you can think about the mother and child relationship, but then it started with God because that's who we came with, to know that the most crucial relationship that we'll ever have starts with the Father. He did such an amazing example when he created parents because he wanted us to understand the parenting that he has for us. Listen, quote, "He's emotional in the best way, like a parent who is deeply bonded to their children, and he is consistent in his emotion. When God's children cry out, he responds. He feels a deep compassion for his people when they are in pain." The scripture says, "As a father has compassion on his children, so the Lord has compassion on those who fear him. For he knows how we were formed. He remembers that we are dust." That's Psalms 103, 13 through 14. Why did I bring this up? Because a lot of times we feel like the Father is far away from us. A lot of times we look and don't understand that God understands what we're going through. Just because he's not present with us, he gives us so many tangible examples of how he's close to us. Just the example of how he created a baby to come through the mother's womb, the impact of her emotions on the child emotions, that connection of how a child is loved and affected by everything, the environment, what they hear. Just know God is that type of parent. How we are affected, he's affected. If we are displeased, he is displeased. If something happens to us, he feels it because he's just that good of a father. So that's why it is crucial, as they said, for us to have a relationship with God, to get to know him and to understand that he's really not that far as we think, because we have too many examples right in front of us. And maybe some of us didn't grow up with a parent. Maybe we don't have our biological parents. He also has a scripture that says he adopted us into his family. So at the end of the day, when you came through a woman, you came first from God. So make sure you always remember that your relationship that you're looking for, the relationship that you need, the most important relationship to your development, your growth, to how you love, to how you live, to how you think, that is formed with God first. All right, y'all. I hope you enjoyed that tea. Cheers.